I know that when it comes to speaking in American English or in any language, you spend a lot of time focusing on things like vocabulary or grammar, or in the case of what we do, pronunciation of like vowel sounds and consonant sounds. But the reality is that we can actually convey a lot of information, not just through those means. This isn't the background I wanted. Here we go. You can actually convey a ton of information just by little sounds you make using your breath when you speak. And so today, this episode of our daily podcast, we're going to be taking a look at some sounds that you can make with breath that can help you more effectively communicate different emotions to your listener. And honestly, there are going to be some things that your listeners are actually going to be expecting. In that, I think that if you incorporate into your own speech, it's going to help you sound immediately a little bit more natural in American English pronunciation. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. What do I normally say? I am so tired. Good morning, evening, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show, which is Wake Up American. Now, normally we're with you around 7 to 8 a.m. New York time. Although sometimes we do evenings if we're going to be a little bit busy in the morning, to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for a day. And to guide you in this process, there is me. Hello, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. That's one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English pronunciation, including placement, pitch, breath, and then trying to weaken your consonant sounds in order to strengthen your vowel sounds. So again, we're just going to be focusing on some sounds that don't necessarily require a lot of like mouth position stuff or tongue position, because it's really just sounds that are related to breath. And I'm going to be telling you about not only what sound to make, but also the emotion that they're going to convey. So let's kind of just start with what would be called a gasp, which would just kind of sound like, did you hear that? Let's try to do it close to my speakers. Make sure you guys can hear this. Okay, so that is a sound that is used to show surprise. So if you hear someone using that, then that means that you said something that surprised them, caught them off guard, usually in a positive way, though not always. So like a positive surprise, like you got someone a gift and they weren't expecting you to give a gift. It could be, oh, that's like so nice, or like something like that. Okay, or like, wow. Okay, you can kind of hear it again. It's like kind of a high pitched breath, just a quick, like a double gasp, like things like that. So that is a gasp. Now, another sound that you can make with breath, this time going to be used to convey surprise, but more like curiosity, or like you weren't expecting something. You don't know if it's positive or negative. It's just like something catches you off guard. Be like, huh? 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 And a lot of times this is paired with like maybe like a raised eyebrow, like, huh? What? So again, kind of raising your eyebrow to show some uncertainty. Huh? 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 Things like that. Okay. So that again used to like something you hear a noise and you weren't expecting to hear a noise. Sometimes you hear something, some like spy video game stuff. So like, huh? Okay. So we talked about a way to show surprise. We talked about a way to show uncertainty or potential confusion. Another kind of similar one to that last one, to that can show that like maybe you finally found a solution to something, or you found something that interests you. Okay, what you do is, huh, huh. So again, compare that to like, huh, versus, huh, huh. And sometimes a little bit of air comes like, okay, so like that sound there is again used to show like maybe you were playing with like a Rubik's cube or some sort of toy and you were having some trouble, and then you finally found a solution. Like, huh, there it is. You're like, huh, it seems like there's a solution there, or I figured it out. Huh, huh, wasn't expecting that. Huh. So again, a little bit of surprise, usually not negative. Okay, or if you may hear that too, like if someone says a joke and you get the joke that they say, do you understand the joke they say? That is again a sound that you may hear with that. Another sound that you may hear, not entirely based on breath, you're going to need to use your vocal cords a little bit with this one as well, is if you find something interesting, A lot of times this is used as like there's a kind of like a joking quality to this, especially with things that are kind of like romantic. You could do like, ooh, ooh. Important thing with this is going to be getting the waver on it. It's like the up and down movement. It's like, ooh. So that sort of movement. So that what that implies again is like, for instance, if you say, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the movies like with my roommate," and maybe someone else would be like, "Ooh," because maybe it sounds like a date or something like that. It's like, no, it's not really a date. We're just friends, you know. So a way to kind of be a little bit playful with someone and make something sound like it's a big deal when it's not really a big deal. You know, it doesn't even have to always be romantic things. You're like, you could tell your friend like, "Hey, I won the lottery," and they'd be like, "Ooh, how much money did you win?" You'd be like, "Oh, I won like $5." Okay, so it's again a way to make something sound like it's a big deal when it may or may not be a big deal. Okay, again, that sound is like ooh, and you have to get the waver. You have to have that movement and pitch. Another sound that you can make this time to show that you finally understand something, you get the solution to something. You can just use the letter O, and a lot of times it'll be pronounced with like high pitch to moving to a drops, like oh, oh. Okay. Like I thought you live over there. Oh, but you live over there. Oh, I was mistaken. Okay. Or maybe you're trying to solve a problem, but then it took a minute, and then you finally get the solution. Oh, now I get it. Oh. And notice again, it's really important to make sure that the air comes through, and that again, the intonation is going to drop. Oh. And then you can hear it kind of just go down. Some other sounds that you can make. If you agree with someone, or sometimes you're on the phone and you just want to let people know that you're still hanging with them, you still understand everything they're saying, you're still listening, you could be like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, there's a good chance that your language may have something similar, but a key thing with this is placement. You don't want to be too much towards your lips. It's not, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You may do that, but American English is a little low, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. This can also be used to signify that you don't necessarily believe someone. Like if someone tells you a story and you think they're lying, you can be like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. This is also where facial expressions are really clear. You may see a little smirk or like see what they kind of do with their lips. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like, oh yeah, I didn't eat the last cookie. You know, you have like chocolate over your lips. Your mom might be like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's like, yeah, I don't really believe what you're saying. Similar to that, another sound that you may hear is like, hmm, hmm. That's a way to be like, that is interesting. I may or may not believe it, but I think it's interesting. Like, hmm. Like again, kind of similar situation. Like, kid says they didn't eat all the cookies, their face is covered in crumbs. Instead of doing, mm-hmm, you could be like, hmm, hmm. Okay, and again, trying to keep the low placement. So it's not, hmm, it's more, hmm, hmm. Some other situations also talking about approval. This kind of goes back to that talking about, like, for instance, on the phone. If you're just trying to show your listener you're hanging with them, you could do like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. This is also a way to show agreement. It's like if someone says like, oh, are you going too? Uh-huh. Are you going to the party too? Uh-huh. Did you buy that car? Uh-huh. So it's a way to show agreement. The negative form of that is if you put some end sounds before it. It's like, nah, nah, nah. Scared different. Uh-huh. Nah. Uh-huh. Nah. Uh-huh. Positive. Nah. Negative. Okay. So paying attention to that. Obviously, there are many more potential sounds that you're going to hear native speakers doing. If you have an idea of some sounds that you would like us to cover in a future stream on this topic, be sure to let us know. Besides that, though, practice these. Try to incorporate them into your speech. If you need some more examples on any of them as well, feel free to let us know in the comments, and we'll be happy to help you out. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us on another random time. Look, there's a million pronunciation resources out there. I always like to say that because I do understand that, and I really appreciate you spending some time here. I hope you guys have a good day, have a good night, and a good afternoon. We will see you all later. Take care.